They begin with a run by Miller. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Dumps it complete to Miller. So nothing doing there. And it's second down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
To throw now, Shuck. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Underneath for Miller. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
On the 6. 60 by 6. 60 by 6.
Throwing to start the drive. Hits. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Great job defensively. Stretched it out, got the tackle for loss. He had 2 TFLs last week, by the way.
Yeah, what you're describing right there is a player who can set the edge well. You always hear that, meaning he's not getting hooked by an offensive lineman or a tight end, not getting turned inside on the blocking. He had to keep his outside arm free, string the play out so there's nowhere for the back to turn up. Then he gets to him and makes the play. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Amaro's got it, left side. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
He's got the hook up to Miller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Hicks. Got a man and he hits him in stride. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
At the 39-yard line.
Off play action. Hits. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. The Jets had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Shot.
Operating from the gun. Hicks. good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Third down and 7.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1. And he's hoping on the road to glory.
2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Here's Knight on the handoff. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down. And his kick is good. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady rate wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Shuck. The pass caught by Olave. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are an extra point away now from moving out in front. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team bones it away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
19, 5 in. Cup 19, Cup 19. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Drews. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Shuck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he comes back with one complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Mustang Knights, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 Maverick. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Operating from the gun. Hicks. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Dragon 60. Cup 19. Cup 19. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Let's go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second
Come on.
and 10. At the Saints.
Looking to throw. Hicks. And that's brought in by Knight. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
That's another Jets. First
Deputy
down.
Lions.
First and 10.
Back to throw. Hicks. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now a timeout taken.
It's a loss of
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. On the carry, here's Knight. And they'll get this down to the 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the lock.
Fights through, and now a crease. Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A huge play there for the Jets. 43 yards.
17-yard line.
On first down, they go to the ground attack. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that one going nowhere from the the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Shuck now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Shuck. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A run with Knight. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
At the 26-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else.
Dragon 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hicks. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing, Shuck. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Working out of the gun here, Shuck. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Alert! Here we go. Shot.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Loss of a yard.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Like 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. 79 Broncos.
Looking to throw. Hits. It's caught. Mitchell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5
It's a
now.
gain of 6.
Ready,
Brings
ready.
up 3rd and 5.
18 Rattler. Come on. Come on. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's another incomplete to Mitchell. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
A 2-yard gain.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for the Saints.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And his throw is incomplete. the hookup there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. From the gun, Shuck. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kendre Miller, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. That's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Hicks. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Cougar 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
From the gun on third down. Hicks. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
But a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
2 yards to go, second down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. A gain of 5. And
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On first down, Raymond. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Raymond. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Go!
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On play action, Shuck. This is caught. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the...
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Barkley will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
touchdown, New Orleans.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. will be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Down. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Hicks. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Kevin Winston. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles. They just completely took over, and not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they thought that they were the better team in this one, and they never lost that thought or lost that focus, and they played like it in the 4th quarter. That's how you author a late comeback and get a win.
So for the Saints, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.